By now you've probably seen and heard a lot about Blizzard's new first-person team-based shooter Overwatch, and you might be wondering what it's all about. And if you're a Blizzard fan, then you probably already know, but for the console audience whose dabblings with Warcraft may only be via a South Park episode, you might be wondering what all the noise is about on this game, and if it's going to be worth getting at the end of it. Compared to the PC, it's no secret that team-based first-person shooters outside of the game modes in Call of Duty or Halo haven't really ignited the fire for console players in the same way that Team Fortress 2 or Counter-Strike Global Offensive have for their desktop companions. It also seems that we're going to get quite a lot of them competing at once over the coming months. So, here's a little brief look at Overwatch for you. Overwatch is a team-based first-person shooter, which means that you and 5 other people in a 6 vs 6 battle, either through friends or through matchmaking, team up to take on one another in one of 3 distinct game modes, 2 of which include Escort, where you secure an objective and have to push it towards an area being defended by the opposite team within the game's time, and Assault, where you take over various different points of the map to gain complete control, again 1 point at a time. The game is set in a futuristic Earth where you, as part of Overwatch, are tasked to help keep the tentative peace between humans and robots. This is occurring across various different locales over the globe, including London, China, Africa and Russia. Your team has the choice of 21 characters from different backgrounds and with unique abilities, all with their own cool backstories as well, which are being shown in Blizzard's wonderful animated movies, which really could be a show all of their own. These are divided into 4 classes: attack, defense, tank and support, which are exactly as they sound and require your team to balance their character choices to what is suiting the current phase of the game. It's quite tactical really. I played a good 2 hours with the console version using the Xbox One, and the game has been in beta on the PC for quite a while via battle.net, and I have to say, I'm very impressed. Like any game of this type, it really does need people to actually want to play the style of tactical combat that Blizzard has been famous for making and inspiring in the MOBA scene over nearly 2 decades. But the game itself runs incredibly smooth. The graphics don't spend ages rendering in textures or having massive frame skips to take on lots of particle effects. Effectively, this is the fast-paced competitive game that esports players were asking for when this current generation of consoles was announced. There's lots of cool tactical decisions that inform how you approach the situation. For example, if you're coming up against a lot of defensive people holding an objective like a couple of Bastions, which is a small robotic tank with a Gatling gun, you can get your team to respawn as Reinhardt's, a big defensive unit with a shield, to help you push the objectives, whilst you snipe from the back with Widowmaker, or fight fire with fire with a tank like Winston, or as we did, a party of Winstons. A monkey party if you will. Defensively, you can employ Bastions to hold a place, or use someone like the dwarf Thorbjorn to lay down turrets and invite people into your objective, only to unleash a massive ambush in the form of Reapers. Honestly, there are many ways you can approach the situation, and you can do it from within the game after you've died, rather than having to play out a whole course of the game with your uninformed tactical character choice, which makes the games not only fast paced but incredibly dynamic whilst you are playing them. Things can change very quickly and swing to either team's advantage, and whilst communication is always key in these types of games, it isn't strictly necessary, and a lot can be done by feel rather than by team chatter. This dynamic feel and pace is what could make Overwatch work on console really well. It's bound to be a hit on PC, as there's many games that are now quite old in this genre, and this would certainly enter quite highly, along with the large user base of Battle.net players that will already be deep into the beta. Its success on console is, dare I say this, down to its ability to remain interesting and keep the shorter attention span of a younger or more casual audience over its militaristic competitors. It's certainly fun, and with each character having their own powers, there's not one really overpowered character that everyone will choose. But what is certain is that the tech and the game is there on console, and it plays excellently. Blizzard have done their part, and now it's time for us to rise to the challenge. And it's a challenge that is certainly worth accepting. For more articles and videos like this, visit insertdisc.co.uk or follow us on Twitter @InsertDiscUK.